The Xinthian delegation had made the rules very clear. The girl was to be fed separately, away from human dining areas. Her biology was incompatible with human observation during consumption. It was a matter of cultural protocol, they'd explained to the diplomatic station commander. A matter of dignity for their species. So for 3 months, Lissa had been eating alone in the basement. No one questioned it. The Xinthians were important trade partners. Their medical technology had saved countless lives. If they wanted their young ambassador to have private meals in a concrete room lit by a single flickering panel, that was their prerogative. The station staff simply left trays of food outside the locked door twice a day and moved on with their work. Marcus Webb noticed because he bothered to actually look. He was a kitchen technician, assigned to prepare Lissa's meals per the nutritional specifications provided by the Xinthian delegation. The meals were nutritionally complete, but profoundly bland. Protein paste, synthesized carbohydrates. Nothing with flavor or texture or joy. Marcus had initially prepared them without question. But one day, while organizing the basement storage, he glanced through the small observation window in the locked door. Lissa was sitting in the corner of the room, mechanically consuming her paste, her skin a dull gray instead of the vibrant violet he'd seen it when she first arrived. Her eyes were fixed on the wall, completely vacant. Something about that emptiness made Marcus's chest hurt. He started making changes, small ones at first, adding herbs to her protein paste, varying the textures, creating simple presentations. He'd watch through the window as her skin would brighten slightly with each meal, her eyes regaining a fraction of their luster. But the changes were marginal. She was still locked in a basement, eating alone, isolated from any meaningful interaction. One morning, Marcus made a decision that would get him fired. He broke down the door, not with dramatic force. He used a maintenance override code that technically he shouldn't have known. The lock disengaged with a soft click, and Marcus stepped into the basement, a tray of food in his hands. For a moment, Lissa just stared at him. Her species had limited facial expressions, but her skin color shifted rapidly. Surprise, fear, confusion cycling through violet and pink and pale white. Marcus said, sitting down on the floor beside her. I'm Marcus. I know your delegation said you're supposed to eat alone, but I'm breaking that rule. You cannot. Lissa began, her translator struggling with the words. Yeah, I can. I'm human. We're pretty good at breaking rules when they're stupid. He set the tray down between them. Today he prepared something special, a layered composition with different textures and flavors, carefully designed to showcase various elements of Xinthian cuisine he'd researched. Eat with me. Your species cannot consume our food, Lissa said, but her skin was brightening. A curious violet now instead of gray. I know, but you can eat yours, and I can eat mine, and we could do it in the same room. That's not really a violation, is it? Lissa hesitated, then reached for the food. The moment she tasted it, her entire body shimmered with color, surprise, delight, something that looked like gratitude. This is different, she said softly. Yeah, well, someone told me you were supposed to eat alone. I thought that was the saddest thing I'd ever heard, so I started making better meals. And then I realized the problem wasn't the food. It was the alone part. They sat in the basement for an hour. Lissa talked, hesitantly at first, then with increasing animation. She told Marcus about her world, about the pressure her delegation was under to maintain strict cultural protocols even in friendly territory, about how the isolation was making her sick, not physically, but in ways that were harder to define. When the basement door suddenly opened and 2 Xinthian security officers appeared, Marcus stood up immediately, ready for confrontation. But Lissa stood as well. These protocols end, she announced, her skin blazing with determined violet. A human has shown more respect for my dignity in 1 hour than my own delegation has in 3 months. I will not return to this basement. She turned to Marcus. Will you continue to break rules with me? Marcus grinned. Every day, if necessary. The Xinthian delegation was furious. They lodged formal complaints with the station commander. But they couldn't deny that Lissa had made the choice herself. And when the medical scans showed her health improving dramatically, her biochemistry stabilizing. They couldn't argue with results. Marcus was transferred to diplomatic meal preparation. Lissa ate in the main dining hall every day, surrounded by humans who learned, slowly, that her strange culture simply meant she valued companionship during meals. Sometimes the simplest act of defiance, refusing to let someone eat alone, changes everything.